Alright, story time. I'm about to tell my trafficking human story. Human traffic did that because TikTok is too strict. Yeah. Alright, I'm at work and nobody's here yet. So, human trafficking human story. Okay, so this was 2019. I literally was young and just doing anything. I had scammed all my bank accounts. Like, I didn't really have that much money, but I wanted to take my brother to his dream state, California. And I have a friend from middle school that lived there at the time. So I had my friend do the flights half off, right? And he did it going on the way there. We was good. He ended up going to jail and we couldn't get back home through him. I had already paid him and everything for going and like the round trip, and he went to jail. So we went down there, spent all of our money. My brother was a minor at the time, so I was the big sister that was responsible. Okay. When it was time to come back home, I tried to have another scammer do my flight half off, but my name was a red flag. I went to the airport and they was like, whoever is paying for this flight, tell them to go to their nearest airport, show their ID, and blah, blah, blah. It was over with. So, anyway, spent all of our money in Cali. My mom was definitely not getting us back home. I don't know why. Now, today, as a 26-year-old, I don't know why I didn't just tell my dad to pay for both of me and my brother to get back home. But I tried to get my brother back home by asking strangers. And this is how the human trafficking came about. Like, I don't know why I didn't just tell my dad, pay for both me and my brother to get back home, and I'll pay him back. Anyway, when we was trying to get back home, right, we was in the airport. I was asking everybody for money. I came up with like $2 something, but the flight cost more than that. And so this guy, it was like 12 o'clock at night, and I'm in the airport. You know, it's not that many people in there. It was a guy that was like, hey, I see that you and your brother or whoever that is with you is stuck. I want to help. And I'm like, why do he want to help? It was a white man with a suit on. He didn't have nothing but a briefcase. Y'all know that the emoji, this little square briefcase? Yeah, that's all he had with him. And I'm just thinking, like, why do he want to help us? And why is he sitting in the airport? You know, why is he just sitting in the airport with no flight? It was midnight. I don't know. Nobody was there but him and me and my brother just walking around the airport. We at LAX. So I asked the guy, I'm like, yeah, why do you want to help us? He was like, because you seem nice. I don't know, like, you know, I don't want you guys to be stranded. So I'm like, really? You really gonna pay for our flight to get back home? He like, yeah. But he seemed drunk. I could smell it on his breath, right? So he was like, well, my accountant, Martha, wakes up in the morning. I'm going to have her buy the flights. I'm like, okay. So he's drunk, but I'm just like, is he going to remember this when he's sober up? He was nodding off, right? So me, I always been Colombiana type of girl. When he was nodding off, I looked through his briefcase. He didn't have nothing but a pair of slacks and a button up. No ID, no bank cards, no nothing. Like, and I'm just like, what? Where's all his stuff at? So he woke up a little bit. I looked at the side of my eye to get the password from his phone. And when he went back to sleep, I went through his phone. And it was just a whole bunch of weird numbers. Like, nobody's number was saved. It was a whole bunch of weird numbers. I don't know. I was just like, okay, whatever. In the morning, he wakes up. He's sober. I'm like, did you remember anything that you said last night? He like, yeah, I'm going to get you and your brother back home. He was like, but I have a question. I was like, what? He was like, do you want to model for Nordstrom? And I'm like, model for Nordstrom? Why would they want me? Like, me? I look ghetto, and I got, like, these tattoos, and, like, so I told him, yeah. He was like, you and your family get free merchandise for the rest of your life. You know, you'll make a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know, I'm thinking this is human trafficking. Because, y'all want me to model for Nordstrom? And then he was like, this is how I confirmed that it was really human trafficking. So he was like, yeah, so I'm going to get your brother's flight back home. And the coordinators or whatever from Nordstrom is going to come and meet you here in LA on Tuesday. Mind y'all, it's Friday. He was like, you can stay till Tuesday, and we're going to have a meeting, and then we're going to go ahead and take you out to Spain for work. Spain, that's when I confirmed it was human trafficking. Because when I got my passport in 2018, thinking that I was about to go. Okay, sorry, my mom just called. When I got my passport in 2018, thinking that I was about to go to Nigeria by myself for my birthday, my mom started showing me all these human trafficking videos, and she made me scared, and I ended up not going. But I learned from that, like, okay, y'all trying to take me to Spain to model for Nordstrom? Like, I didn't get it. But me being the smart girl that I am, I'm so smart, and I always take risks, and I'm just crazy. I was like, okay, I went along with it. Martha, remember he said his accountant Martha, when she wake up, like, she was gonna get my brother's flight. Okay, she called and was like, hey, Tatiana, I hear you and Robert are stuck. We're gonna get you guys home, and I hear that you want to model for Nordstrom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. She was like, well, send me your brother's first and last name and birthday, and, you know, the location where we're sending him to. So I sent it to her. She paid for the flight, sent me the confirmation. I'm just like, dang. So she like, I'm going to book you guys a hotel so you guys can relax, go get cleaned up. So I'm like, okay. Then another guy called and was like, hey, my name is such and such. I'm excited to meet you. And the numbers was weird. Like, the numbers was out the country zip codes. Like, I mean, area codes. Like, so I already knew at that point. Okay, and yes, I'm crazy for even going with these people, with this man. His name was Marco. He was shorter than me. I'm 5'7". Anyway, we take the shuttle bus to the hotel, right? We at this nice hotel, and I don't know if the hotel was in on it too, because why was we getting free food and drinks? They didn't even ask us how old we was or nothing. Like, my brother was a minor, I was 19. Like, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. And then we just was swimming the whole day, eating, drinking, living it up, like, you know. And it was 2 bedrooms in the hotel. Took a shower. My brother was tired. We've been through so much. I let my brother go to bed because I'm just like, I gotta stay up. I'm the big sister. I gotta stay up, keep my eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, get your rest. So the guy told us, like, so I'm gonna take your brother to the airport. His flight is at 5 a.m. I'm gonna take him to the airport at 4 a.m. You can stay in, stay asleep. So I'm like, okay. I told my brother, I said, listen, if he's setting his alarm for 4 a.m., we're going to set ours for 3 a.m. Okay. Fast forward to the morning. Our alarm go off. I'm telling him, wake up, like, let's go. We have to go past Marco's bedroom, to get out the door. We walk past his room. He wakes up. He's like, Tatiana, I told you to sleep. I told you to stay in and sleep. I'll take your brother to the airport. We run to the shuttle bus, and we wake the man up and tell him, like, please take us to the airport. He was like, I don't leave here until 4. I'm like, come on, take us. Like, he was black. I'm like, take us. Something's happening. All right, so he catch us running out or whatever. Okay, but I got to the shuttle bus, and the guy's like, I'm not scheduled to leave until 4 something. And I'm like, take us. I'm like, this man is trying to kidnap us, and just please take us. He like, y'all good? I'm like, just take us to the airport. Once we got to the airport, I wasn't worried. But listen, I stayed one eye open all night. I let my brother sleep. I was already scared to be in the hotel, but that was just me getting by. Making sure that we took a shower, ate good, and had a bed to sleep in, Because once I got my brother's confirmation, that's all I felt good. Because I'm like, once I called my dad to get my flight, I'm going to be good too. But I wasn't leaving LA until my brother got to Columbus, Ohio. Like, till he got here home. He had a layover and everything. I was so worried, but I'm like, they're not going to cancel it. At this point, I know that they're trying to get rid of my brother to take me. Because why are y'all trying to take me to Spain? And why y'all think I'm about to stay here till Tuesday to go to Spain? Whoo, Lord. I just be thanking God that I'm still here today, because I would have still been, and I would have been ran through. But I feel like I would have escaped that too. But anyway, we get to the airport, right? Mind you, I was kind of nervous, like, are they going to cancel my brother's flight? But he didn't even book it. It's the middle of the night. Martha, remember the accountant, was asleep, I feel like he would be home by the time she even woke up. So, I hurry up. It's Southwest. I get to Southwest. I go to the counter. It's all black women. I told them the story. I'm like, can y'all, I know I don't have a flight, but can y'all get my brother? Like, he don't know nothing about the airport. Can y'all get him to his gate? Make sure that he get on the plane, I'm like telling them about the man. And my brother tapped me on the shoulder and was like, Totsy, he right there. Like, I don't know how he got there that fast, but he got to the airport fast. Marco. So he in the airport looking around like looking for us or whatever. Then he see us. So the Southwest employee was like, do you want me to like go to the bathroom with you or something? Like, what you want me to do? I'm like, just get my brother to his gate, make sure he get on the plane, and I'm good. Like, it's a safe place. It's public. It's the airport. He come over there and he was like, Tatiana, I told you that you could sleep in. I'm like, well, this is my brother. You know what I'm like. He probably felt more comfortable me taking him to the airport. I was like, but I'm coming back. And he was like, yeah, I'll wait. We can wait for your brother to get on the plane, blah, blah, blah. So I told him how to use the bathroom. Southwest employees had called LAPD to come to the bathroom and talk to me. So, of course, LAPD switched this, like, they just blamed me for everything. They was like, so you had you and your little brother spend the night with strangers and blah, blah. I'm like, listen, I had to do what I had to do. Y'all ain't gonna get him home. Like, I had to do what I gotta do. Like, he gotta go to school on Monday, and shoot, I had to do what I had to do. So they was like, okay, well, we can't kick him out, but we can just tell him, like, stay away from you. Like, we can't kick him off of the property because it's the airport. So they was like, just stay here. They come back, they leave, they go talk to him, they come back, and they was like, Tatiana, did you give him permission to take pictures of you? And I was like, what pictures? They went through his phone and they showed me. Like, they was like, it looked like you guys was out to eat and in the hotel, and he was sneaking pictures of me and my brother, sending them to all the people in Spain. So I'm like, no, I didn't give him permission. And they put him in handcuffs, but I don't know if he went to jail or not. But long story short, my brother, his phone was off. When he got to his layover in Texas, he told me that he landed and that, he would get help to get to his next plane. And he ended up getting on the other plane, and he ended up making it home. And then that's when I told my dad, like, I need a flight back home. So once my mom confirmed that my brother was back home, I was cool. Like, I was cool. I was thugging it in the airport. I left the next day. And my mom ended up calling Marco, the guy, because we had his number. My mom ended up calling him, like, how much was you going to sell my daughter for? And he was like, your daughter's a terrible person. She got me put in handcuffs and they twisted my wrist. Da, 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 da. But I'm still wondering, like, you was at the airport looking for your next victim. Like, you had all this time to do this. You never had nowhere to be. Like, you just waiting in the airport to see who you could get. And it's crazy because when I got back home, I remember I didn't have that many followers on Instagram, but it was a lady named Martha. She had a blue check mark, and she looked it like, Indian, like one of them red dots on the forehead, and she looked it so rich. I'm talking about Rolls Royce mansion, like royalty. Like, I will never forget. I blocked her so fast. I'm like, this is scary. Like, what if that's her? She looked it like she was a billionaire, y'all. Like, oh my God, I will never forget. I was looking out. Her page was so luxury that it was scary. It looked like she was just rich, and I felt like it was her. And today it makes me wonder, like, oh my God, I wish that I could save everybody, because somebody could have really got if they wasn't, smart, if they really was that gullible. You know what I'm saying? I know that I can't model for Nordstrom. I know that I can't model for Nordstrom. Like, that is so crazy. Long story short, I gotta take my brother back to Cali and do it the right way, because but I was just being a big sister, but, and I know not to talk to strangers. I don't know what the heck, but my plan worked. Y'all. My plan worked. But I hope and pray that everybody, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless, because I really could have got.